G'day, I'm John Ryan, and today I'm going to show you how to create a WordPress plugin, and it is going to extract information from an advanced custom fields options page, and it'll use that information to help us inject some code into the head tag of any theme so that it can be used very easily with Google tags. I hope you enjoy it. Follow along. This is slightly different to using regular ACF field groups and fields, which are generally tied to a specific page or post or entity as per the rules set on the field group. Prerequisites. Users should have administrator access to WordPress and the ability to edit theme files. The Advanced Custom Fields Pro plugin should have been installed and activated in the WordPress website. No specific theme is required. The code we write will function correctly in most standard and block-based themes. It's always best to work with a WordPress child theme. Deployment of this code is more easily done by adding it as a plugin rather than edit the theme's functions PHP file. So that's what we'll do here. It is expected that you're comfortable with WordPress and have used advanced custom fields before. Some experience with PHP would be advantageous. So, we're going to work with a G tag variable. We'll create an ACF variable which will contain the Google tracking ID that you can get from your Google Analytics property. Check this one out. This will be dynamically injected into the HTML code at runtime at the end of the head tag. The JavaScript code that we will use is supplied by the Google Analytics dashboard as shown here. Our job is to dynamically insert our own specific value into the areas shown in red here. Here's how it would look in the HTML code. First up, we'll create the ACF Options Page, which will allow us to define a global field group. Note that the ACF Pro plugin is installed and the menu item is available in the dashboard. So, click the ACF menu and then the Options Page's submenu. Click the Add Options Page button to create a new options page. Give your options page a title. When you hit your Tab key, note that the menu slug is automatically generated. I suggest you leave it just like that. If you click the Advanced Configuration button, you're going to be able to add a custom icon. And when you're done, don't forget to save your changes. Now we're going to create an ACF field group and associate that with the options page that we just created. When you click the Add Fields link, it'll automatically switch you to the Fields group area. Name the field group or use the default. Now, create your new field. The Google Tag Manager ID will be a text field type, so choose that and then label the field. Note the slug assigned to this field. We'll be using that later. Now, let's make sure that the rules for displaying this information are assigned to the Global Site Settings page. That's the one that you just made. This part is mission critical. Now that the options page has been created, the field group made, and a specific field defined, you can now set your real Google Tag ID as the field value. So, click the Global Site Settings menu item on the dashboard and add your Google Tag ID code. Don't forget to hit the Update button when you're done. Now that we have all the WordPress details created, all we need to do now is make the plugin and add the code. So, create a new file using your favorite editor and follow along as I copy and paste various chunks of code and explain what their purpose is. The downloadable file links can be found in the description. This first chunk just creates the PHP file and uses the syntax that has pertinent information for the plugin area in the WordPress dashboard. Save your file with an appropriate name and with a PHP extension. Now, let's start cutting the code. First up, I've just inserted some code comments so that you'll know how to enable this whole exercise when you try it on your own. Initially, let's start off by adding some security to make sure that the plugin can't be improperly accessed. Next, we'll add a chunk of code to make sure that the ACF Options page is going to be available to your theme. Now, here's a function that assembles the Google tag code we would get from Google Analytics. The only difference here is that you're going to be replacing the hard-coded ID with your own ACF variable. Please note that the getField method is passing two arguments. the first being the ACF field name that we're trying to use. The second argument ensures that the function only retrieves the value from an ACF Options page, not a page or post value. This is really important. This last piece ensures that the code gets injected at the end of the head tag. Now that we're all done with code, let's install the plugin and make sure it works. Compress the PHP file, open the WordPress dashboard, click the Add New Plugin button, navigate to your file and upload and activate. Now, navigate to your publish page and refresh your browser. Check your developer tools for the code that you just injected and have a look for the custom field that you put into the ACF Global Options. Here is a précis of all the steps. Well, that wasn't so tough at all, was it? I hope you really enjoyed it. Subscribe and we'll see you next time.